right. It looks like we're live. Excellent. How is everyone doing tonight? I just said that out of habit. But today is November 5th. We're going to be talking about what the channel should look like moving forward. So, first I'd like to start off by saying something. I broke up with flight training. It's emotional. But I'll share my screen real quick over here. I think this one's it. No. Oh, I just have to... There we go. This is hilarious to me. Here we go. It took me long enough, but I'm really glad I did flight training because it's taught me a lot about aviation, more than I could ever learn sitting at home. But it is expensive. It's yeah. It ended up being about $300 an hour, about $250, or like $300 a lesson. So about $175 a lesson, because I chose the cheapest airplane I ever could. But here's a Cessna 172M, and I did get a lot of good pictures of it, so I can have reference photos, which is kind of fun. Yeah. Hello, Myram Pierre. Welcome to the chat. Alright, I think I have another picture. Yeah, it's super fun, flight training. I miss it a lot, but financially it's not feasible for me. I'm going into engineering. I'm going to be a mechanical engineer, so it doesn't really make sense for me to do flight training right now. Once I'm going to go into mechanical aerospace engineering, so I really want to basically get all my schooling done and then think about becoming a pilot, because I think being a mechanical engineer will be a lot more useful than being a private pilot without the ability to like grow up the ranks. Because I am a little bit colorblind, I can't fly commercially, so that basically chopped off that career path at the stump. I can do things during the day commercially, like crop dusting and skydiving and stuff like that, but I decided, because most of what I'm doing on my own is engineering, and I really like it, I thought it might be a lot more fun to just have at it and start engineering. So, engineering is what I like to do right now. I like running this YouTube channel. It's really fun. I like designing things. This is what I've been working on all of today. I'll show you that in more detail later. I like designing panels like this. I also like selling them, so if you're in the market for a new panel, you know where to go. CaptainBobSim.com/shop. I like making panels. I really like figuring things out, how to improve things. I like pushing myself out of my comfort zone, like speaking at Flight Sim Expo. I do like looking cool in front of airplanes. That's another one of the things I love. So I think it was time to break up with flight training, because I knew halfway through my training, before I quit, I knew that the Cessna, or that flight training is taking up time, or valuable time, from my studies, and it's also though it does make me like super excited, I just felt guilty doing it, because I'm going to be an aerospace mechanical engineer, so flight training isn't really directly on the path. So yeah, maybe once I'm more financially stable. That's what we say. So, as for engineering, about the videos, I think personally that 1 week is probably not very good. A week for every video is really hard to catch up on. I'll show you my latest progress on my videos, because I just want to show you kind of what goes into the videos, and why sometimes it is manageable and why sometimes it's not. So, I have my podcasts, these are pretty easy to make. Most of the time is done preparing for the film, filming. So this was the latest podcast I did. The linked podcasts is in the description below. It's captainbobsim.com/podcast, and I can actually... I'll actually just add that right now. Boom. It should now be in here somewhere under my website. Ba-doom. There we go. So this is what a podcast looks like for me. So I basically will record the podcast. It'll usually be like 50 minutes-ish. And then I'll cut out the beginning, the end, and I'll cut some things and I'll just listen to it at chipmunk speed, listening for any things that I really mess up. While I'm filming the podcasts, I take notes on places I fail with timestamps, and then I just delete places I mess up. Usually it's me, not the podcast host, but I'll cut out little fillers. So sim your plane. So Ben, how... But without that, it would look like... So Ben, Ben from Sim Your Plane. So Ben, how... Yeah, so it's just basically making small adjustments. Oh, and hello, Isaac. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, most of my work is kind of tweaking little things just to make it flow better. Shift 1. So there's also like... So there really aren't that many edits. It looks like there are 9 edits in this one. I think this one I edited a little more. I think there's 16 edits. Oh, hate mail. And then with this one, there are 11. So it really averages around 10 edits, or like 12. So the podcasts are pretty easy to make. Up next, we have videos. And the videos are where it gets crazy. So Cessna 170 Tuesdays. Let's go to the Awooga episode. These will all look different. All the media is offline because I move it off the computer into hard drives. But there are 145 edits on this one. Editing a video like this takes usually around 7 hours. And then, let's see. Switch panel configuration. This one was my latest video. It has, let's see. It has about 147. So that is basically how much I edit my videos. If I stumble a word, I'll cut it out. If I need to join clips together, I need to do fancy effects. It takes time and effort to do little things like making sure the camera turns on and off at the right time. But yeah, so that is the videos. But then here's something that's really been tricky to do. This is the crash course. So the crash course has taken months and months. It's been something I've been really trying to get out this week. It won't come out this week, but I took it from 9 hours to 6 hours in just this week. So I've done a massive amount of editing on this one. This one has 1,236 clips, and it's not even finished. So you can see me like fixing things and just cutting things for flow.
And normally closed will go to pin 4.
But yeah, I'm really excited to launch the course. It's going to be... I can't give any deadlines. I did give a deadline a little ago, and I think I missed it because I said the 25th. It's really difficult to do a video like this, and I admit I'm not the best at keeping deadlines for large projects like this. I also said that I would get a 737 simulator done in 3 months. That was kind of a laugh, too. That was hilarious. These things take time. So that is why I'm asking for your opinions. What should I do in terms of videos? So how often do you want them? Or like, would you prefer me make fewer videos or like more update videos? I don't know. Do you have any ideas for that? All right. Oh, I was gonna pull something up. This is good being live. I enjoy this. Oh, and for the crash course, I just showed the 6-hour crash course. I'm thinking about doing it as one big video initially, and then also having a playlist that's all split up. And I think that'd be the best way. So you don't have to watch the entire 9-hour video or 6-hour video. You can also watch it broken up into a playlist. So I'll be doing both of those. It'll be pretty interesting to see how it goes. Alrighty. Cessna 172 Skyhawks. Oh, I love those. What should the channel look like going forward? I would be okay with doing 172s. Let me give you a progress update. I think that's really where these live streams shine. So this is what I've been working on most recently. Let's see if we can get it to focus. That's okay if it doesn't want to. But this is a circuit breaker. There are 4 types of circuit breakers. Actually, this one's a switch. It doesn't count. So there is the actual aircraft circuit breaker. This is the Tycon 15 amp circuit breaker. You can see it says 15 there. You can see what's on my screen too. That's fun. There's also the 3D printed circuit breakers that come default with my switch panel. So these are the dummy ones that you can just rub your fingers over. And then here is today's innovation, the Invisa breaker. No, the circuit breaker right here is a solenoid circuit breaker. So it has the exact same footprint as the actual circuit breaker, which I think is super cool. But it uses voltage to flick back and forth. So you can simulate circuit breaker failures. I'm going to hook this up really quickly. How do I do that? So I have a 12-volt power supply. I'm not going to show you how I'm hooking it up because you will be disappointed, and I don't want you to try it at home. No, it's safe because it's 12 volts DC. Even if you did touch it, you would be fine, and it's a low amperage. It's not the voltage that kills you, it's the current. So, once I plug this in, I have this all hooked up and stuff. Oh, that came unplugged. Let's get this over. There we go. So here is the solenoid switch circuit breaker. So this is popped out when it's up, and then when I turn it off, it pops down. So you can see it from here, pops up and pops back down. This is 12 volts. It's kind of a weak solenoid, to be honest. So if you can overpower it, and that is actually by design. You should be able to pop it in. And one of the things I really like about this design, it's unplugged, don't worry, is these 2 screws on the back here. These 2, okay, it focused now. But these 2 circuit breakers screws actually go to a contact. So, just like you can contact me on the About page of my website, you can make contact with these 2 pins. I'll hook it up to a voltage meter, or a multimeter. I'll put it on a tripod, and we'll show you. Every live stream, I say, I don't need the tripod. The tripod is pathetic. And then I need it. Actually, the tripod isn't even pathetic. I'm just ignorant. Let's see. You know what? This is good enough. We'll figure it out. I don't want to keep you waiting. I say as I keep you waiting. Also, do you like my quote in the description? I took a while to come up with it, and I think it's really funny. So, we are... Nope, not that one. This one. So this is what my studio looks like for any of those who are interested. And we'll get you these circuit breakers. Da, 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 da. There you go, and you can even hear me. Alrighty, and we don't have any sandbags on it or anything. Alright, I lied. I will show you my wiring. So you get this, and then you plug this into here. Yeah. Turn the power off, plug this in, and then the other one first. It doesn't... Let's see here. So, we can get our multimeter that I put away because I did. I put this away and put it back together like 10 times today. I swear. So, you can just connect these leads over here. If it'll let me. And now, where is it? Alrighty, here is the moment we've all been waiting for. Right now, the solenoid is in the, I forgot position. But, right now it's sticking out. When we press it in, what should happen? The number changed, so that means it's receiving a signal. So this circuit breaker both acts as a switch, or a button in a way. It sticks sometimes because of my mechanism to like make sure it goes in straight, basically. Doesn't turn the letter or the number. It's a half solution. It doesn't work very well. But you can see that you press the circuit breaker in, it sends a signal to over here, and then the program would make the circuit breaker shut off. So then the solenoid would basically remove power. So this is how it would go. You'd program something in MobiFlight. Oh, you can see my foot there. Program something in MobiFlight. Circuit breaker would pop out. You'd press it in. This would send a signal to MobiFlight and tell you to pop the circuit breaker electricity, basically, to make it go back in. Because if you don't have the signal, it auto pops back out because it's just being told, go out, go out, go out, go, go, go. So this is my locking mechanism. I really can't wait to see where it goes. That's what I've been saying so often the last few days. But yeah, there we have it. That is my mechanism. What I'm doing right now is making this less janky. That's a lot of what I'm doing. So basically, instead of using this 12-volt power supply and pressing a button, I'll be using very cool relays with MobiFlight. So, what is a relay? That's very fun. Glad you asked, hypothetical viewer. Which one is it? This one? A relay. Isn't it like a relay race? No, that's different. You pass a relay. In electronics is one of these guys. So it's basically a cube of voltage. I've been working with these a little bit. So basically, it has some contacts over here and some contacts over here, and you basically shove in voltage that's super much, and you switch that voltage with a voltage that is not as much. So here is an example. I know that made not a lot of sense, but if you have a, let's see, let's just say you have a, sorry, if you have a switch like this, that's a, not a, it's a micro switch or a limit switch, proximity switch even some people say, but this is a switch, and let's say you want to hook up to something that has a lot of voltage, a lot of power, but when you flick this switch, you don't want all the electricity to basically go through yourself, or like, it's for safety too. I don't really know too much about what I'm talking about. This is new to me, so I would consult a professional. But basically, you take a lot of voltage and on one side of the circuit and have not as much on the other side of the circuit. So yeah, here's a DC power source that powers the relay, and then you could have like an AC motor on the other half of the circuit. So you're not running like, so you're basically separating them out, so you're not running like 12 volts through the Arduino. That is the exact application I'm going for. So, where is it? So this Arduino right here, if I hook it up to one of these pins, and have these pins power the Arduino, the relay, if I have this pin over here power this solenoid, then, my friend, that would be not very good. The solenoid would not have enough voltage to pop out. Very nice. So, if you have this voltage over here, where was it? Yeah, if you have this 5 volts over here, you could basically power a relay, and that relay can trip from 5 volts, and it can power something that's 12 volts. This looks very messy, but it's a lot more simple than it looks. Sometimes I guess I just work in a mess so it looks like I'm productive. Is that kind of how it works? There we go. This is a little more manageable. But yeah, so instead of having to get a 12 volt Arduino, I don't even know if those exist, you'd get a 5 volt Arduino and put it to a relay, which is pretty cool. Alrighty. Sweet. We have some more things on the agenda. This is like a meeting with all my stakeholders. Great job holding the stake. Let's see. I was gonna just complain a bunch, not gonna lie, but then I was like, but it was mostly just me like venting, so we won't go over that. Starter kit. Oh yeah. So this is it, the Flight Sim starter kit. It is a piece of it's a little piece of everything for electronics. I don't know why, but over here you get those nice but it has a lot of things you need to start flight simulation. So there are like buttons, switches, encoders. I was wondering just who's interested in it, or who thinks it sounds like a cool idea. So I'm kind of trying to gauge interest. I don't know. Yeah, let me know. I'm very professional. Alrighty. Let's see. I don't really think I have anything else. It's only been like half an hour. We could work on some more flight sim stuff. I could play around more with the solenoid. I know it's very fun for me to. But I think that might get old after a few hours. Let's see. Does anyone have anything they want to talk about? I don't know. Oh yeah, I have some other stuff. Let me go grab it. Where was it? Yeah, so finally I'm into production with these switch panels. So if you want just a faceplate, you can buy just the faceplate too. It'll be going live later today, but if you want it like right now, you can email captainbobsim@gmail.com and I'll be selling these switch panels. So I'm trying to make it as accessible as possible because I know some people have a 3D printer and they don't have a laser engraver, or they have a laser engraver and don't have a 3D printer and they just want to get building. But if you want, there's a faceplate you can get. Anything else? I'm actually really considering buying a power supply though, because this is super janky, and B, I want to see what voltage the power supply or the solenoid pops at. So yeah, it's fun. Oh, I forgot about the CAD drawings. So, in the world of CAD 360. It takes a while, don't worry. Oh, hello. Oh, and Bosse Johansson. Welcome to the chat. Let me put this away. It's like a limbo bar. Ooh, it looks like we have some zesty recovery files too. Tasty. Looks like someone didn't save their design. That's awkward. So here is the circuit breaker. I want to show you inside the circuit breaker because the outside is cool and all. Has this fancy thing that goes up and down, makes the poppy noises. But it's cool to see what's inside. So right here we have these section analyses, but we have something. I don't know why I made that voice. We have something super cool in here. We have the solenoid over here and the cap. So this solenoid, I'll get one, is like this. It's a little goofy thing, and it basically shoots out a rod a little bit. Oh, wrong way. When it's on, it shoots out like this, and when it's off, it pops out like that. So, because this solenoid is technically backwards, it springs out when it's off, and it gets pushed in when it's on. I just reversed it like this, and that way, when it's popped out, or when I press it on, this little guy pops out on the over here. Whoop, this little guy. And then when it's out, when there's no power, it's in. So it defaults to in instead of out. And that's why you see this little hammer thing being bigger than this one. So it's basically backwards, but that's intentional. What a concept. So, alrighty. When we press the button, we also press the solenoid, and we overpower the solenoid until it hits this position. And from here, there are going to be two screws, or there are two screws. So you'd imagine this, a screw here and a screw here. Why are they at 45 degrees? That was a design I chose to make because I realized that if you have something, if you have it straight, like this line over here, it's harder to, it's harder to get perfect, I feel like. I could try some trials just to make sure I'm not making anything up, but I feel like when you're trying to get it, both of the lines straight, there's a lot more surface area, so I feel like you have to adjust them finer to get it over here, and if you go too far, or if you don't go far enough, it's a little weird. It might be, now that I think about this, I don't know if I have a reason for this design, so I might go back to a design like this, but what the 45 degree angles allows you to do is kind of make a V, and then, this is hard to do, and then have here we go, here's a V, and then you have basically the V's touch the circuit breaker, or the solenoid. So basically what we have here is a switch. You have a screw coming in through here and a screw coming in through here, and what I like to say is, if you can't make it perfect, make it adjustable. It's not what I like to say, it's what someone else likes to say that's smarter than me, but we take the wins where we can get them. So when the solenoid is out over here, this is disconnected from these little things over here, but when it pops back in, the thing goes from here all the way to this metal head over here, conducts electricity, and goes back to the down position. So basically the current travels over here or over here, I don't know which way it wants to, but the current travels, and when it's in the position over here, it's on, and when it's in over here, it's off. This is cool because it only triggers when it's like this. That's pretty cool. I'm trying also to make, I was playing around with position, like a position indicator like this, and like you would basically tell it when it's being pressed in and stuff, and that kind of worked, but I really didn't like it because you'd have to have pressure to click the switch. This is a no pressure switch. No pressure, nothing. But if we see the micro switch, it is huge. If I move it, hello, there we go. If we move it over next to here, it takes up quite a bit of real estate. If I grab this real quick, we can see just how much real estate it takes up. It's like half the switch. It doesn't even fit inside the casing. And why did I want this casing so bad? To be fair, I don't know. It does look cool, and it looks like the actual circuit breaker. If I have section 2, let's see, where was it? No, I think it was under hardware. Actually, it was under electronic models. Yeah, I'm super organized, always, actually. So here's the Tyco circuit breaker. This is the real one. And I basically took the CAD model from when I designed it and put it into here. I split it into a few bodies. So there's this little assembly, and then there's the solenoid action inside of it. I made these a bunch of parts so you could like take the part and put it back together and stuff. And yeah, I think it's made in as few parts as I can practically, so I'm really excited about that. It's great. Yeah, and there's the joints I used in Fusion 360 to make it all cool like this. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah, that is my CAD so far. You can also see what else I'm working on, which is kind of fun. That was gonna be a surprise, but oh well. And yeah, alrighty. I really don't have anything else right now, but it is 37 minutes. Has only been 37 minutes, so let's go to the chat. Hello, I'm pilot to A380. Very nice video. Thank you. That's really cool. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm exhausted. Classes take a lot out of you, so don't go to class. No, go to class. Class teaches you addition, which is needed for CAD. So, go to class. Alrighty. That about wraps up today's live stream. I will see you the next time I post a video. I'm going to work more towards that. And hop into the Discord. A link is in the description below. And have a fantabulous day. I will see you in the next video or the next live stream. I hope the next video, though, because